You know those excuses that you keep on telling yourself that, oh, right now is not the right time. I will do it when I am in retirement and I have the time, or I will do it when I get money. I had a client who was like that. Same excuses that I will do it when I get into retirement, or I will do it when I have some money. Right now, I'm focused on totally different things. Very valid excuses, but they were still excuses. And when we started working on that psychology and challenging that mindset, she came out to the other side and she did something different. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome yet to another episode of Your Purpose with Edda. Here we have all conversations about purpose and personal development. If you are new here, welcome. I love it when we have new people on the platform because I know for sure you guys are here for you to know your purpose. You guys are here so that you can actually get to understand yourself more. You guys are here that you can be able to delve into personal development and become a better person, become a better wife, become a better husband, become a better sister for your life, and become just generally a better person. I see you. All right, so today, what we are going to do today, I have a story about one of the clients that I have been working with, and I'm just going to tell you the story before and where we were when we were doing the program and after the program. So she came in saying that she needs to identify her purpose, which as a purpose coach, that is a very common thing to hear. Or somebody else will come and say that I don't know how I am feeling. I'm not comfortable with who I am. I feel stuck, but I actually can't put words to it. So that is what we do as purpose coaches. But now this one specifically, she came in and she said that she just wants to identify what her purpose is because she was not getting fulfillment from her work, and but she felt like she was moving, but she was not comfortable with the trajectory that she was moving to. And I know most of you guys have been there, so we are not going to judge anyone because we have experienced that, or if you have not, you might experience it. But if you actually come to the program, you will maybe not experience it. Okay, so the lady came and she said that she wanted to know her purpose. And so, of course, with purpose, you have to start first of all from the self development, getting to understand who you are at a deeper personal level, because your purpose is literally who you are. So we have to understand who you are as an individual. So that is the same thing. So we kept on doing the personal development journey, and now when it came to now being able to turn her purpose into something that is monetizable, that is where the problem came in. So she knew who she was, she knew what she wanted to do that is aligned to who she is, but yet still she had these excuses. And I say excuses because for sure after the end of the program she came to know that they were actually just excuses. So first of all, the number one excuse that she had that is that I do not have time right now. So this is a person who was working full time, and it's totally understandable. She's working full time and she has a kid as well. So her plate is full. Working full time and being a single mom, her plate is already full by that. But at the same time, her work was not giving her meaning, or she wasn't getting the fulfillment that she would want to have from her work. And she was like, I don't think if I can be able to continue doing this for the rest of my life. And so at first she was okay to continue doing that despite knowing her purpose and what she would want to do that is aligned with who she is, because her plate was already full, and that is totally understandable. But looking at it on a second thought, so I asked her, would you want to do this for the rest of your life? So 2 years, 3 years down the line, you will still be having the same excuses and the same analogy that you do not have the time, your plate is full every time. And she actually told me that she's gonna think about it and we will talk the next day. So that is what I did. So I gave her time, and the next day we met. So the next day, even before the next day came for our session, she texted me and she told me that I have thought about what we discussed, and I have decided that I am going to go ahead with the program that I had before. So mind you, this is somebody that we had talked the previous day, and she kept on saying that her plate is full right now and she can't bring in something new. And number two, she kept on saying that she can be able to do it when she gets to retirement, because that is when she feels that she will have the capability and the time to do it. Very valid excuses. And also the other thing was actually the financial bit. It's that she didn't have the finances and she did not want to leave the 9 to 5 because she didn't have any other means of place of getting finances. Very valid. Okay, so now when we started diving down, so number one, we started with she didn't have time. So we tried to identify which areas of her life can she be able to create time. And so we identified a place and a time that she can be able to sit down with herself and put in work in that specific thing that she wanted to do. Secondly, about retirement. So I started challenging her mindset. If this is something that you want to do during retirement, who even tells you that you will even get into retirement, first of all? Who told you that you will be able to get there? So what does that mean for the people that God gave you this opportunity to help, but you didn't help because you're waiting for retirement, and because retirement is not even coming, so you will not be able to help these people? And that is why they say that the grave has so many untapped potential, which is very true, because people wait long enough thinking that they have the time, but not knowing that something is going to happen, God forbid, I don't know when, and maybe they won't get into their retirement. So number three thing that we had to challenge was the aspect of money. And it's totally understandable, because I also don't want people leaving their 9 to 5 and then starting their businesses without anything to fall back on. So the problem with her is that she didn't have something else to give her money. So what was the plan? The plan that we came upon and agreed upon was that she was going to continue doing what she was doing as she is working on her business, as she continues also growing the business by itself until it is standalone. Then she can be able to shift, or if she can still be able to do both of them until she's at a position where she can actually maybe shift fully, then that was the idea that we came up with. And the next day now, after she said that she is going to think about it, so I gave her time. She went and thought about it. So yeah, so she came back and told me that I thought about it and I have decided that I'm going to do it. And she actually sent me the flyer immediately after she decided that she was going to do it. And the thing I love about this specific example is because you see the way somebody is fixated on one specific thing because that is what they want to do with their lives, and then you meet somebody who challenges your mindset altogether, and you realize that, why wasn't I thinking that way all along? This lady, if she starts, she has actually started her program. She has started the program today. 10 years later, she's not going to be the same lady. Financially, mentally, physically, she's not going to be the same lady. If this lady is going to stick to 9 to 5 and for the next 10 years, she will be a totally different person again. She will either be having the same excuses that she has right now. She will still be able to be talking about being in the same financial position, because what happens with your purpose, God provides for your purpose. There is no way God sends you out without the resources. And the fact that God has put that idea in your mind, He is going to provide for that which is His own. As long as it is from Him, He is going to provide for it. And financially, you are going to succeed as long as you are living in your purpose. Because the thing with your purpose is that you are creating impact to as many people as possible. And for you to create impact to as many people as possible, you can't just depend on your own finances. God will provide the resources, be it through people, be it through maybe grants, be it through different means of resources that you can be able to tap into. God will provide them as long as you start moving. that is the same thing that will happen to you. So I am just so proud of her. She actually finished the program and she is currently running her organization right now. I am so proud of her. But I want you to think of those excuses that you keep on telling yourself, that I will wait for retirement, that I feel, you see, you know that statement, I feel. It's okay to be feminine and tap into our femininity and tap into our emotions, which is perfectly fine. But at the same time, are we moving? Are we moving or are we stuck? Are these feelings making us stuck or are these feelings making us move forward? Because we have to be truthful to ourselves that if we want to have a better future, the Bible tells us that if a good parent leaves generational wealth for his children's children. So, what generational wealth are you leaving for your children's children? That is the same thing that you need to ask yourself. What is that generational wealth that you're leaving for your children's children? Because otherwise, if you do not start working on it today, then somebody else is going to get the same idea tomorrow and start it, and you will keep on saying, somebody started your idea, somebody stole your idea, but you just did not start it. So this is just something to challenge you, that those excuses that you're telling yourself sometimes can be valid excuses, but sometimes those same excuses, those same valid excuses are the ones that are preventing you from moving forward. So you need to start challenging those excuses. Are these excuses, and to you they might not seem like excuses, but they are excuses. So you need to start challenging those thought processes, that if I am putting aside this business idea, if I am putting aside this thought that I have on how to grow my finances, if I'm putting aside this idea that I have as I am still working in my 9 to 5, if I am putting away this idea that I have as I am working in my 9 to 5 that does not give me fulfillment, how am I going to be operating in the next 5 years? How am I going to be operating in the next 10 years? Yes, we have to be present, we have to live in the moment, but also we need to think about our children's children. And also we need to think about, yes, God forbid you might die tomorrow and not see the future, but also God is good. You might have the next 40 years. And what are you going to show? What is going to show that you worked for during your youth age? So think about it that and challenge your mindset, challenge those thought processes. Be in rooms where your minds can be challenged. And also, if you need coaching, let's challenge those mindsets in our coaching sessions. I provide free one-on-one clarity calls, and that one you can be able to check out on connecthub.com, and you can be able to book a session with me. And if once we figure out whether you will be able to continue with the program or to continue with the one-on-one coaching sessions, then I will be able to guide you moving forward. But book that coaching session. Let's challenge those ideas, let's challenge those thoughts, let's discover our purpose and start moving in alignment with who we are. Because the thing is, the reason why we are not always finishing the thing that we start is because we start with the wrong motive. And if you start something with the wrong motive, you're not going to get that flow easily as you continue, because you started with the wrong why. So as long as your why and your foundation is solid, then you are going to see that idea till the end. So ask yourself, why do you keep on starting ideas, having business ideas, starting them and not seeing them to completion? It could be because your why is not strong enough, and it could be because you are not aligned with whatever business that you are starting. You are not aligned with who you are as you show up in that business, and so it keeps on disorienting you, it keeps on draining your energy, so you're not even able to show up fully as who you are. Be like that lady, think about it, and then come back and make a better decision. Because as adults, it's all about decision making. It's all about decision making. You decide to stay where you are, you will stay where you are. You decide to make a decision today and go with that decision, that is the same decision that is going to flow in your life. So be like that lady that we have talked about. go think about that idea. Join the purpose alignment coaching program that is being offered at Connect Hub, and change your mindset, change your narrative, identify who you are, start businesses that are aligned with who you are. That is the goal. Start a business that is aligned with who you are, or be in a career that is aligned with who you are as an individual, so that we do not have this aspect of feeling burnt out or feeling overwhelmed. The overwhelm will come because, of course, it's still work, but at the same time, your heart is peaceful. It's either your heart is burning or your heart is peaceful. I choose peace. I choose life. All right, have a lovely day, and I hope to see you in the next cohort of the Purpose Alignment Coaching Program. And until next time, bye bye.